So the action continues here. Third and final day of the Coral Coast Sevens for 2026. And proud favourites, the Fiji Babas, going to be in action in the men's bowl final. Taking on Accelerate Dominion Brothers. The referee checks the clock. So many people, as you would expect, thought that the Fiji Babas, the national squad, would be in the cup final. But unfortunately, because of that loss to nationwide Sydney Dandy by 19-14, found themselves in one of the lower competitions. So we'll see what they've got to offer as they continue to build up for the next couple of legs of the World Series. Singapore and Perth coming up in just a couple of weeks' time. Greg Clark alongside Alicia Lucas. Yeah, it's a bit of a shock not to see the Fiji Babas in the big final, but the crowd love them, and I'm sure they're going to attempt to turn on some magic here, even though conditions are very, very heavy underfoot.
Yeah, a shock indeed being a national team, but anyone that comes to this McDonald's Coral Coast Fiji tournament wants to knock them off. And the teams we have in the final are electric, and they'll try and prove their worth here, the Fijian Babas.
So here's an early break, and he's going to have too much pace. Away goes Oliveretti and Athona. And both are 25 years of age, so that didn't take long. 5-0.
No, beautiful little late switch and well held, and the strong, dominant fend from Alvarete. Navona done brilliantly there to show class, world-class skills.
There's an attempt coming up from Douglas DeVetta. Out to the left, so it's 5 points to 0. So yeah, just running through the form guide. If we have another look at it here, it was just a simple miss on D for the Accelerate Dominion Brothers. You can't miss tackles like that when you're playing the national squad. They beat Seattle Barbarians, they beat Police Blue, lost 19-14 to Sydney Nandi. And in the bowl quarter-final, they beat the Pacific Warriors from Canada, and semi-final they beat the USA 21-7. Now, Dominion Brothers looking to hit back, and an opportunity down here as Naivalu steps back inside. Wow, they fell for everything there. And that's Benji Naivalu, 21 years of age. What a moment for him up against the national squad.
This is a brilliant individual try from Naivalu, 21 years of age, taking on the national team. Shimmy, show and go. He had a beautiful line runner there coming with him, but he didn't need it. And he flies over, be patting himself on the back for that one.
Version from in front is successful, so we've got the Dominion Brothers leading the Fiji Babas by 2, 7 points to 5.
We saw in the conditions just a little change of direction, a little accel, decel, and a jink can make all the difference in keeping the defence on their toes or getting them to slip over.
Loose ball at the back, sits up eventually for the Babas. It's a loose carry, so here's another good opportunity for the Accelerate Dominion Brothers. Ball and all tackle had to be made there from Nasolo. Now they look to stretch them over on the right-hand side. Pulling it out the back door. Sits up for Kalala. Hands in the end. Oh, with the mocker on them.
Commentators curse, Clarkie. They'd had some brilliant interchanges of play, some nice hands prior to that, but that one comes off the boot and then slips straight out of the hand. It's like a bar of soap out there. There's so much water It's starting to get absorbed a little bit. It used to be a swimming pool down the left-hand edge here, closest to the sideline and where the teams are on the bench.
7-5, Fiji Babas putting it in just outside their 22. Cleaned up out the back there by Tri-Skura and Otha. Great fend and good support play as well. Golabal takes plenty of stopping, doesn't he? That's the 22 at the Dominion Brothers end. Oh, it's slippery. The ball is like a bag of soap, and the turf at the moment very soapy indeed. Bit of footwork coming in there. And no shortage of runners. So Arungu will get the try. They just keep probing, just look for the one-on-one mismatch.
It was the fancy feed from Nasalo who set it up, but they were very patient in their approach into the 22, and it was purely just numbers and support at the end there. Rangu, the beneficiary of patience and time.
So they regained the lead, the Fiji Babas, 10-7, and the conversion attempt is successful, so 12 points to 7.
Nice little change of direction. So hard to stay and defend people when it isn't slippery, let alone when it's so heavy and muddy and wet underfoot. The centre field's starting to look like a little bit of a mud fit, but holding, like the field is, considering how much rain we had, Clarkie, the field is holding up pretty good.
Let's hope that the rain stays away now and we can get a clear run to the Cup final a little later on. Great rugby sevens still to come here at Lawaka Park in Sigatoka. And the Fiji Babas coach here comes out really happy with some of the youngsters that have been given an opportunity here. Obviously prefer not to be in the final of the bowl competition as the halftime hooter sounds. And it is a 5-point ball game.
Yeah, just some loose hands there. Alomor not able to regather that one in, and that'll round out the first half. Fiji Babas just edging in front, 12 points to 7 over the Accelerate Dominion Brothers.
Yeah, I'll see Polinas out saying that he's grateful that some of these local teams in particular, and obviously there's the internationals as well, they're actually testing their players, and he likes that because for too long they'll be in Singapore, followed up by Perth, the next 2 legs of the World Series.
And this
Train
is
as much as you want, but it's actually time in the saddle that
this competition is a real test of character, and now sitting in the bowl final as well, they cannot afford to lose this game. It's pride for themselves, pride for being in that national team as well. And if you want your ticket on that plane to Singapore or Perth, then you've really got to pay attention to what Asea is saying at this halftime huddle and execute for the second half.
Also great for players in this Dominion Brothers team to be able to play against probably idols of theirs. A lot of young players in the Dominion Brothers team. Kasere is 31. But, a lot of them are 20, early 20s to mid-20s. Wonderful experience being gained here in front of a huge crowd on day 3.
The Fijian supporters are renowned for being the best in the world, and they've come out in droves. absolutely torrential conditions and not a single person left. And look at that big stadium. That stand is absolutely chockers. It takes a while to get up to the commentary box when you're trying to step through all of the fans that are there as well.
They can make some noise, let me tell you, as the Fiji Babas make it into Dominion Brothers territory. Plenty of defenders drifting across. But here's a great run, a great angle coming up from Oliveretti. Ainota, he's pulled down, but he's got them on the front foot inside the 22. On the ball. Oh, and then all of a sudden, it just popped out. He's trying to slam it down over the line. So a let off there for the Dominion Brothers, but put it down to their defence.
Rangu it is that knocks it down so close to the line. It looked like it was reaching out and it's gone forward. But it was a brilliant angle at the line from Apete Norongo. Acceleration and pure power.
That'll be a scrum. 5 out from the Brothers line. Plenty of time remaining in this one for both teams. It is important for the Fiji Babas to finish on a high here. Want to be going into the next training block. And that you've had a win. Your last encounter. Here's a kick downtown. No sweeper at the back. Oh. We're saying it went forward.
Perfect tactical execution from Dominion Brothers to kick downfield in these conditions, force Fiji Babas backwards, and then an error has come off the back of that.
Benny Kumble putting that one down cold. Change coming up. We've got Ipo Okayaro coming on jersey 9. So the limits out, trying to take the squad as much as possible.
You don't usually get these conditions very often on the 7th circuit too, so it's a great practice for them to be able to test themselves in all varied forms of weather.
12-7. Dominion Brothers in possession. The right end of the field. But they just give it up like that, flicking it out the back door. Not the best option on that occasion.
The flair and fun was on point, but the execution missed. They love the way that they express themselves, the Accelerate brothers, looking to create something out of absolutely nothing.
Dominion Brothers, pretty poor kick there, handing possession back to Anivana Pula. The Fiji Babas. Can they work over on the far side? The 3 defenders there, offering them no gap whatsoever. Discretion there at the breakdown, so it's a penalty to Fiji Babas. Take it quickly. Soko. Kumbu. Up towards halfway. Biaro gliding towards that touchline on the far side. Oh, how often have we seen that today? passes aren't hitting the breadbasket. They're
Yeah,
times out of 10.
Kabu had space on this side touchline, but the bobbling ball and bounce outside of his reach, and he knocks that one on and gives the Accelerate Dominion brothers another chance of possession. Under 2 minutes left to go in this final half of the bowl final.
Brothers put it in. Top it, Cole. And Fiji Babas will look to make them pay. Down goes out, playing advantage. Short side they go. Side ball was a good one to Galabal. Over halfway goes Asau Rumble. Once again, pass is failing to stick. Down the short side, they try and catch them napping, but not that time. 12-7. Real Armour still in trying conditions, but now they've got an opportunity. And it is Okalala back on the inside, but it's been intercepted by the Fiji Babas, still on the ground. And they fling it out the back door. So they'll have to set it up from inside their own 22. The wrong goal. Good defence. Hooters out. They just have to put it out, and that's exactly what they'll do. So they got there in the end. Fiji Babas, they'll be relieved that they can now get back to the training paddock and prepare for the next leg of the World Series. Fiji Babas, they've won the bowl final in 2026 at the Coral Coast Sevens down in Dominion Brothers, sponsored by Accelerate by 12 points to 7.